Imagine a city with 37 trillion citizens. That city is you. Every citizen is unique. Every citizen has a role. And together, they form a complex, bustling metropolis. These citizens are your cells, the smallest units of life, yet the most essential. Each cell has its own job, its own responsibilities, and its own way of communicating with neighbours. Some cells are builders, creating the structures of your body. Others are warriors, defending against invaders. Some are messengers, carrying instructions across the city. And others are powerhouses, generating energy to keep the city running. Cells communicate through chemical messengers. Think of these as emails, letters, or signals passing between neighbours. They tell cells when to grow, when to divide, when to repair, and when to die. Without this communication, chaos would reign. Inside each cell, tiny organelles act like specialised departments. The nucleus is the city hall, holding the blueprint of the city, your DNA. Mitochondria are power plants, producing energy for citizens to do their work. The endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus are factories, processing and delivering materials where they're needed. But no cell works alone. They cooperate, signal, and respond, forming tissues, organs, and systems. Together, these 37 trillion citizens maintain the city, allowing it to grow, adapt, and survive. Each cell in your body has a job, a role, and a way to communicate. Among these trillions of cells, some carry a very special mission, creating new life. Welcome to the reproductive system. The reproductive system is the body's legacy department. Its task is not survival today, but continuation tomorrow. It ensures that life can move forward, generation after generation. In males, this system produces sperm, tiny but highly specialized cells carrying half of the genetic blueprint. They are fast, numerous, and built for delivery, each one carrying instructions capable of starting an entirely new cellular universe. In females, the reproductive system produces eggs, larger and carefully protected cells rich in nutrients and information. Each egg holds the foundation for early development, waiting for the right moment to begin something extraordinary. But reproduction is not just about sperm and eggs. It is a coordinated network of organs, glands, and cells communicating through hormones. These chemical messengers act like internal signals, guiding growth, timing, and readiness. Hormones such as testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone shape development, regulate cycles, and influence many systems far beyond reproduction itself. They synchronize the body, ensuring that every step happens in the correct order. This process unfolds over years. Puberty marks the system's awakening. Fertility reflects its peak coordination. Eventually, signals slow and reproductive function winds down. Throughout it all, precise cell-to-cell communication ensures that sperm are produced, eggs mature, and cycles stay aligned. The reproductive system is not just about creating life. It is about timing, communication, and the future written into every cell. Every day, your body runs the largest supply chain on Earth. No trucks, no factories, just food, fluids, and 37 trillion cells waiting to be fed. Miss one delivery, and the entire city begins to shut down. Inside your body, a vast city of 37 trillion cells depends on a single, critical system to stay alive: the digestive system. This system is the city's grand entrance gate, processing plant, and supply highway all at once. Every day, roughly a kilogram of solid food and nearly 2 litres of liquid arrive at the borders of this biological metropolis, as raw materials far too large and complex for any cell to use. The digestive system takes over immediately, breaking food apart through mechanical forces at the mouth and chemical reactions as enzymes pour in like highly trained factory workers. As this mixture moves through a nearly 30-foot-long transit tunnel called the gastrointestinal tract, it is gradually dismantled into tiny nutrient molecules. These molecules are small enough to pass through intestinal walls and enter the bloodstream, where they are shipped to trillions of waiting cells across the body. The main digestive organs function like specialized industrial zones. The mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine each perform a precise step in the supply chain. Supporting them are powerful accessory systems. The teeth, tongue, salivary glands, pancreas, liver, and gallbladder, acting as factories, storage facilities, and control centers that release enzymes, regulate chemicals, and fine-tune digestion. In this living city, digestion is not just about eating. It is the essential infrastructure that transforms food into energy, separates nutrients from waste, and keeps all 37 trillion cells powered, coordinated, and alive. Without this system, the city would starve in minutes. Cells would lose energy, repairs would fail, and communication would break down.
Every cell has a job, every cell needs energy, and every cell depends on a constant supply of life itself, oxygen. Welcome to the respiratory system. The lungs are the body's main airports. They bring in oxygen from the outside world and send it on a journey to every single cell in your body. Tiny air sacs, called alveoli, act like check-in counters, making sure oxygen is loaded efficiently into the bloodstream. But the respiratory system doesn't just bring in oxygen. It also removes carbon dioxide, the waste product of cellular activity. Think of it as the body's waste disposal system, collecting trash from 37 trillion cells and expelling it back into the atmosphere. Once oxygen enters the blood, the cardiovascular system, our internal superhighway, delivers it to every cell. Cells use oxygen to generate energy, power their tasks, and maintain the life of the body. Without oxygen, cells would slow down, signals would fail, and the entire system would grind to a halt. Breathing is not just a mechanical process, it's communication. Carbon dioxide levels in the blood signal the brain when to breathe faster or slower, ensuring balance and survival for all 37 trillion cells. Every inhale is a supply drop. Every exhale is waste removal. Every breath keeps the system alive. So next time you take a deep breath, imagine the trillions of cells inside you, receiving the oxygen they need, sending messages, working tirelessly, all connected through the extraordinary partnership of the respiratory and cardiovascular systems. The respiratory system may seem simple, but it's the lifeline of 37 trillion cells, ensuring that every cell can survive, communicate, and thrive.